Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis, and this is an intraday video, of course on the 1 hour chart, 15-minute chart as well, to see what happened inside Bitcoin in the latest wave and what it might happen next. Is it bullish or bearish or even more boring sideways? Are we gonna have a breakout soon for bullish or bearish? Of course, it's very exhausting for Bitcoin with this very choppy price action actually, which it can be as well, yeah, corrective, or it can be also as well bearish, impulsive toward the downside. Now we still, of course, inside is this range. Our latest scenario for the bullish is that we are still, of course, in a WXY pattern. Your yellow scenario here in WXY, WX, and a Y. Now your wave Y can be finished in different ways. As you know, it can be finished with time, with a triangle, of course, or it can be finished with a new low, of course, taking the low here as a zigzag, mean A, B, and a C toward the downside. Very far possibility for a zigzag anyway after this sideways range here. So higher possibility is for the triangle. We are in an A, B, and a C, a D, and an E. Probably we were before this until it took, of course, the low and invalidation of this triangle, meaning expanding this triangle right now probably as an A, B, C, rather than C being here. Now your C is there, and probably a wave D, which it can be still even ABC like this, which we are looking at right now. It can be a wave A and then B and a C, and then of course one more wave E to the downside. And this range, of course, is gonna finish this triangle somehow, probably in March, 1st of March, or at the end of February. So we still have a lot of days probably of sideways range here and very slow momentum. And yeah, so these are for the bullish. For the bearish scenario, you have, of course, the multiple 1-2 scenario, where you have an impulse already here given after this move toward the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finished wave 5, finished wave B, wave 3, and your bull run has finished as well for wave 5. And then after this, you are followed with an impulse toward the downside, ABC as an expanding flat for your wave 2, and then another impulse, big impulse toward the downside as a wave 1, and then 2 again, very sharp wave 2. So you are in double 1-2 currently. After this, we were followed by a range of course, ending diagonal, truncated. We cannot say because we would like to see bullish scenario. Therefore, higher possibility leading diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and finish A, B, and a C here. We were supposed to be impulsive toward the downside for a wave 3, and this is what it was, happening here, 1, 2, and 3 until your wave 4 invalidate, of course, your wave 1 again without finishing this impulse nicely, and without taking the low even, meaning it didn't solve our problem yet. And of course, we still need a low to move for higher or to move toward the downside. Currently, we are moving towards the upside again, so probably now it can be, of course, reading still as bearish. So your bearish scenario in this case, you are still, of course, in this wave 1 for a leading diagonal, and your wave 2 is an A and then a B, because this impulse, what it was supposed to be, has finished in 3 wave corrective because we didn't continue 4 and a 5, so it has transformed to ABC, 3 waves down, expanding flat for a wave C now. So probably this can be, of course, your wave C toward the upside, and of course continuation for a wave 3, maybe massively toward the downside, in case we are bearish, of course. So this move right now can, of course, it looks like an impulse, right? It looks like a very clear impulse somehow, or it can be reading even as 3 waves toward the upside. So that is several scenarios here. If we take a look at the 15-minute chart to see how we can read it, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you are in an impulse, you finish wave 1 here. If you have here a correction, this is your wave 2. Then you're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your wave 3. So basically, you have finished 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, 1, 2, and a 3, and probably now you are in a wave 4 and a 5 toward the upside. However, if this happens, this is gonna be the perfect impulse for a wave 2, right? For an for an A, B, and a perfect impulse for a wave C, finishing a wave 2 here after, of course, a leading diagonal as a wave 1, and then moving toward the downside. Yeah, very, very critical. However, if this transform to something else right now, so if this is gonna just finish as 3 waves like this and move toward the downside, it still can be a running flat, right? So it still can be 3 waves up, 3 waves down, finishing also 3 waves up, probably as WXY running flat. Yeah, so very, very possible as well. But preferably one more move toward the upside. I prefer it. So in this case, you get a clear impulse, finishing a clear pattern here after a leading diagonal, and then moving toward the downside. So we know that Bitcoin has finished the bull run, or not. Yeah. So, and probably still another scenario. It can be 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So still can be a leading diagonal as well, not leading, ending diagonal, sorry. Yeah, and moving, of course, yeah, for lower after, of course, finishing an A, B, and a C probably. Yeah, also another scenario in bullish is in case we are impulsive here, but very, very low possibility, guys, that we have finished here as running flat as well. That your wave Y here in the yellow has finished in a running flat. The problem here, you cannot really know this until, of course, even if you get an impulse, because you have to, in your bearish scenario, you have to get an impulse. You cannot really know until, of course, you get a wave 2 here. And you see in the crossroad, are we going for more bearish or are we going for an impulse again toward the upside, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? So the only way to know this is at this area. And if you remember always what I say, when you get 5 waves up, yeah, 5 waves up, which is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 3 waves down, yeah, and continuation toward the upside, breaking this, so you are bullish, yeah. So this is probably the signal that we are looking for. But don't forget that also you need this impulse to finish your bearish pattern and move towards the downside. So the key element will be inside this wave. And yeah, the funny thing is that we need A, B, C, D, and an E. So at the same time, this wave is going to finish probably your wave E. So a very, very critical area here, of course, crossroad for all the scenarios. Yeah, because A, B, C, D, E will finish this wave E triangle and probably moving for higher. And at the same time, you're going to finish here an impulse, and probably, of course, if you continue this impulse and you move toward the downside for a wave 2, let's say, yeah, and then also moving toward the upside, so bullish. In case, of course, you finished a bigger leading diagonal here, so let me move these things. So in case you have finished also a leading diagonal with ABC for a wave 2, yeah, 1 ABC for wave 2, and then moving impulsively toward the downside, this is your crossroad, yeah, where you want to move between bullish and bearish. Very, very important area. We're gonna, of course, mark this with some fibs later on, just once we take this, of course. We're gonna take the wave 1 and put some fib levels here to see for the wave 2 when it can start, in case we are bullish. Yeah, so it's very, very critical. Let's take, of course, a look on KGT here on the 5-minute chart. We have, of course, this bearish signals from the top, so we still have some pressure, of course, plus a invalidated divergence here for the bullish. So we're still seeing some bearish signals. Let me check. This is a 500. Yes. So a strong signal. Yeah, making it, of course, probably WXY. Yeah, more sideways, or probably finally finishing it, I don't know, like W, X, and a Y, but it has to be finished in something at the end. We need some movement for Bitcoin. That was it for Bitcoin. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.